O Mother Nui, stretch high above this valley. Your starry body is our glory. Then see the hawk of yonder Rahur quit, his fiery splendor, oh so mighty. He brings a light for all our weary souls. He makes the broken spirit whole.
So imagine trying to navigate this sprawling, chaotic city without any map at all. You would be totally at the mercy of the streets, just wandering around blindly. But now imagine you find a map, and, well, it doesn't just show you where things are, it literally reorganizes the city around you.
Right. It completely shifts you from being a lost tourist to becoming the absolute center of gravity.
Exactly. And today's deep dive is built around a stack of sources detailing exactly that kind of map. It is a piece of post-Victorian occult technology called the Hermetic Lamen. Now, on the surface, it looks like a piece of decorative jewelry you would wear over your chest. But functionally, the sources call it a psychocosmogram.
Yeah, a psychocosmogram. It is essentially a multi-dimensional map designed to place you at the exact center of the cosmos. And to build this, the creators pulled from a lot of different traditions. You have the elemental shapes of Indian geometry, the transformation processes of European alchemy, and of course the cosmic mapping of Kabbalah.
Wow, that is a lot of overlapping systems.
It really is. And it all synthesizes to show how spiritual energy descends into physical matter.
So if we are going to use a map that reorganizes reality, we really need to look at the boundaries, drawing the lines first. The entire Lamen is framed by the vesica Pisces. That is that intersecting almond shape created when two circles overlap.
Right, the vesica Pisces. In sacred geometry, that overlap represents the literal intersection of two worlds, the divine and the physical.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it acts as a cosmic threshold. It is strictly separating the sacred ordered space inside the Lamen from the totally chaotic, profane world outside.
Okay, and inside that protective overlap is a zodiac ring.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, astrology dictates destiny, right? The stars tell you your fate. But the Lamen positions you dead center, which effectively pulls you outside the karmic wheel of time.
Exactly.
It actually reminds me of stepping into the eye of a hurricane. You aren't being blown around by the howling winds of fate anymore. You become the calm, unmoving center while the storm just rages around you.
That is a great analogy. You cease to be a passive subject. You essentially become the central pole of the universe, observing the cycle rather than being crushed by it.
But, observing isn't the same as acting. If you are going to actually harness that cosmic storm from the center, you need an engine. And that is where the inner shapes come in.
Right, the active components.
Yeah, you have got this active, downward-pointing, fiery red triangle. The text calls this Hadit, representing pure, active divine will.
And that fiery, active energy has to go somewhere, so it deposits into a receptive silver crescent, which acts as a cosmic womb. It is the fundamental alchemical marriage, basically.
Active energy being tempered by passive form.
Precisely. It is tempered and captured by the passive form, so it can actually manifest into reality.
And the place it manifests, the absolute center of the whole diagram, is a purple and black square representing alchemical salt, or the physical body.
Yes, the physical body right at the center.
Let me push back on this, though. Most esoteric traditions focus entirely on escaping the physical body, right? So why is the ultimate center of this cosmic map just dense physical salt?
Well, it is a really common misconception that esoteric work is always about abandoning the flesh. We see this a lot, but the layman's true goal is actually transmuting the body.
Also spiritualizing matter.
Exactly. By placing physical salt at the center, the practitioner brings heaven to earth. They make the physical body vibrate at an elevated spiritual frequency, so you do not escape physical reality, you anchor the infinite right inside of it.
Man, that completely flips the script. But to actually achieve that frequency, these overlapping symbols operate as literal gears in a psychological machine. The sources detail a practice called scrying in this spirit vision.
Yes, scrying. Practitioners would stare intensely at these specific colored geometric shapes to create optical gateways.
Like burning the image into their retina.
Right. They bring it in, close their eyes, and mentally enlarge the geometry until it becomes a literal portal for astral projection.
But wait, if they are opening portals to massive planetary forces, like, say, the heavy severity of Saturn or the martial aggression of Mars, don't they risk being completely psychologically overwhelmed?
They do, which is why the text calls the Lamen a planetary fortress to prevent exactly that.
Okay, so if it functions like a psychological Faraday cage, then that central red triangle must be deflecting the energy. Instead of letting those turbulent forces hit the practitioner's mind directly, the geometry must ground the charge.
You nailed it. Because you are mentally seated inside that active red triangle of fire, you are entirely insulated.
Wow, that is fascinating.
It really is. The heavy, turbulent planetary forces are kept strictly on the perimeter of the visualization. It reinforces the whole metaphysical rule required for this technology to work, which is that you govern the external planetary forces. They do not govern you.
This entire system just proves its creators didn't view the universe as some chaotic accident. I mean, we're just conveying what the sources say here, but they clearly saw it as a mathematically ordered structure, one entirely navigable by the awakened human will.
Yeah, it is a powerful reminder that we aren't just flotsam in the cosmic ocean. If you can build the right psychic architecture, you can command the tides.
Which brings us back to that sprawling, chaotic city we talked about at the very start. You might not wear a Hermetic Lamen over your chest to rewrite the map, but it leaves you with a question.
A very important one.
What psychological fortresses or personal symbols do you use to stay centered in the eye of the hurricane? Especially when the chaotic forces of the outside world try to dictate your reality.